I want you guys to believe. Don't just listen to me. Feel me in your soul. Believe you can win. Believe you can win.
Future sense for the people to be fit. Yeah. Speaking financial literacy. Let's educate our young people. Yeah. For the people to be fit, SB Financial. Siobhan Bowman in the mix, you see she really out here. Building futures brick by brick, it's time to elevate, time to innovate, time to educate. Let's go, let's go. Dreams on the rise, no fear, no quit. For the people to be fit, you know we legit. For the people to be fit, you know we legit. Listen up right here, let me tell it. We're laying foundations, solid as a steel. In a world where the grind and the hustle is real. From the gym to the boardroom, we're shaping the scene. Where fitness and insurance boosting everyone's dreams. Families rise, businesses is thriving, and communities where all the strongest shall survive. It's more than just policies, it's life that we design. Every rep, every plan is the future we align. We're building legacies, securing all the bag. Fitness and finance, no time to lag. For the people, by the people, we staying fit. Insurance got our back, that's how we equip. Young minds tuned in, listen up, this knowledge right here, gon' fill your cup. Ain't just about muscle, it's in the mindset. Insurance in the mix, we protect and invest. From the class to the office, we setting the tone. Business owners rising, now they feel at home. In this ecosystem, we all playing the role. Fitness and finance, we're building legacies, securing all the bag. Fitness and finance, no time to lag. For the people, by the people, we staying fit. Insurance got our back, that's how we equip. Dreams is on the rise, no fear, no quit. For the people to be fit, you know we legit. For the people to be fit, you know we legit. Hop on right here, no time to chill.
Hello. I am super excited. I have the beautiful Miss Melba with me. Y'all get in here. I'm so excited. Y'all know what today is. Today is Wealth and Wellness Wednesday with your girl, Siobhan Bowman. I am super excited. So if you're new to the show, let me just give you the rules and the play, right? So we are here as two individuals coming to share our story, our testimony. So the number one rule on this platform is we do not judge, okay? We do not judge. That's what we don't do. The second thing is we are completely transparent, right? So at any point in time, you find, because for me, I keep it real 100% of the time. I have this Invisalign in my mouth that be jacking my speech up. So sometimes I can speak clearly, and right now it hurts so bad because it's a new tray. Yes, it's a new tray, and it has my teeth so tight right now. But that's a different story. But anyway, I am super excited because today we're going to be talking about resilience and wellness, navigating job loss and staying healthy. So Miss Melba, let me just give y'all a little bit about her, right? First, she was like, Siobhan, girl, what we going to be talking about? I was like, girl, just come and be natural. So it's going to be me and you talking on the phone, having a good old time like we normally do. On the phone. So I want Melba to come on, introduce herself. Melba, I would like you to share some things you like, who you are. You could drop some handles if you want people to follow you, what your favorite hobbies are, what your dislikes are, like what's your favorite color, like whatever you want to talk about, things you like as it relates to you. So without Melba.
Thank you for that amazing welcome, Siobhan. And also thank you for the disclaimer. This is going to be me and you on the phone because we can gab. Okay. So I am Melba. Let's see. I am a clinical social worker. I am a mom. My proudest joys are my son and my daughter. I thank God for them choosing me. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I am also a friend. I am a loving daughter. And let's see. And one interesting fact about me is I'm a poet. I don't allow many people into that world and knowing that, but the people who do know, they encourage me to use my voice and to share my talent. So maybe I will be embarking on that in this 2025.
Absolutely. I love it. See, Lisa Melba sharing some stuff with me that I didn't even know. So y'all know I'm gonna ask her to drop some poetry. So
Okay, I can do
yeah,
that.
you gonna do it? Okay.
See, this is me really stepping out my shell because
So
you
just
know,
have it working up in your spirit. So before we
okay,
leave off of here, you just gonna give us some dimes or whatever
okay,
comes to your heart that could be
okay,
motivating and encouraging. So
okay,
Melba, I want to talk about what's going on in our world really quickly,
okay.
right? As it relates to DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, as it relates to just individuals being faced with the possibility of losing their jobs, right?
Mhm.
So, what are your thoughts? What is your stance and your take on some of these conversations that are taking place?
Wow. Um, it's amazing that you've asked this question because I have been having these conversations all week, almost to the point that I wanted to stop because it was making me feel so melancholy, just so sad and disheartened. Um, I am I'm scared, but I'm also a woman of faith. Um, I think it's tragic what's happening. I feel like we are taking hundreds and hundreds of steps back. I'm hoping, I'm hoping that there's some people of courage who are in Congress who are going to um, do a bold interruption. So a lot of these executive orders or what people are trying to put in place would be boldly interrupted, and voices of reason will prevail. That is my hope.
Okay. And as it relates to your current job where you work,
Mhm.
has anything come down the pipeline where they may have said something to you or your employer?
We are very much concerned because of the student population we serve. I am a social worker in a public high school, and so a lot of our students are scared. And we've had to talk as a staff, like what our role is, what can and cannot happen. Um, and we've had some students say, you know what, I'm scared to come to school, or I'm not going to come and be a part of the program because they do not want to have an encounter with ICE.
Mhm.
Um, and so as of right now, I haven't seen our attendance numbers change, but I do believe it's a matter of time.
Okay. And as it relates to you as a mom, right? Because there's a lot of moms in your position that,
Mhm.
God forbid, we don't want anything to happen to anybody, but
Yeah.
we always got to have a plan B. And I speak about that a lot, man. So
Mhm.
this is a wellness and wealth show, right?
Yeah.
Um, Plan Bs are very important. Like if God forbid something did happen that was tragic and people at your job,
Mhm.
whomever it may be, lose their job. But let's think about
Mhm.
single moms. Like,
Mhm.
what would you tell a single mom, uh, like to be prepared for?
Well, one thing I would say, definitely check your finances. Make sure that you can take care of you and your family. Also, tap into your resources. Those resources could be your human capital. Who are your lifeline? Like for me, I'm very fortunate to have family, to have friends. That if something would happen to me, I have people who I know are going to look out for me. Who are going to make sure my children are well.
Okay.
Um, oof. I'm gonna leave it there. Like one, definitely check your finances, check your human resources, like your human capital, like who's in your circle, um, and also maybe tap into how else you can make a living, so you don't
Mhm.
have to depend on someone else.
Absolutely. So I hear the finances. So what about the
Mhm,
emotional piece? Because people go through things from an emotional
mhm,
standpoint, and they
mhm,
have to have emotional resilience. God forbid if
mhm.
something tragic do happen, right? So what would you say to an individual about keeping their emotional stability together as it relates to, what the future could possibly hold?
I'm so glad you said that because one charge I had for myself in 2024 was self care, but
Mhm.
also connecting this with I call it my sister circles. So, with resiliency in this time, like we have to have people that we can count on and tap into. That's why I keep speaking of like your human capital, like your human resources, the people who are in your circle, the people who are going to love on you, help you care for yourself, help you put your mask on. I would definitely say identify who those people are. Who are those people you can trust? Those people who you feel vulnerable with? Those people who you know who are going to wrap their arms around you and care for you? And also consider the capacity you have. Who can you reach out to? Who can you check on? Who can you love? Who can you create a safe space for? And consider who they are and reach out to them. I know I have a few pockets of like co-worker girlfriends, and then I have some girlfriends where we call ourselves like the sister circle, where we try to get together every once in a while. And then I have another one who's like, we like this since 3rd grade, so we can pick up the phone and check on each other at any time.
Absolutely.
And then I have some extended family that, we have a chat where we send each other prayer messages all the time. Because again, I'm a woman of faith. So that's another part of my resilience. I know I do not take this walk alone. I have to, every morning when I wake up my eyes, I thank God before I ask for anything. I thank God for the blessings I have, and make sure I'm surrounded by people who are people of faith as well.
Absolutely. So what I have heard you say is finances, making sure that they're in order, and making sure you have a good community of individuals. So now we have both of those things. As to that same single mom that has to have a plan B, what are your thoughts on passive income? Why should a person have it, want it, need it, pursue it?
Well, I think a person should want it and pursue it because you never know when the bottom may fall out. Okay. And you never know when you may need that resource for yourself. And I pause because I'm thinking about when we said we was going to talk about life experience. I'm thinking about when that happened to me. I was married at one point, and I was young, and I was not very financially literate. And so I made some poor choices, and it took years to recover from that. And during that time, I had to get a part-time job to try to correct some errors. And I never considered having passive income. I just thought I was going to always be this worker bee. And then when I thought about having passive income, then it became a time of, I can't stop now with the second job because now I have these 2 children I have to raise. I still have a second job because now they're in college. And so I think a passive income also allows a sense of freedom, security, flexibility, a stream that I'm open to. So that's why I have Siobhan in the world.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So listen, because you mentioned a lot of great things, right? Because a lot of people don't find that it's important for them to even have it. But so you have children that are in college right now, people that are grown technically, like you don't have to do Pampers, daycare, and things of that nature. But to the mother out there that, God forbid, lose a job, have 2 kids, and still got daycare, still got Pampers, still got to feed, still got to cook, clean, all of that. Having a second job can be very stressful, right? Having a second job where you have to commit to hours, get another $18, $20 an hour for $60 after working 3, still tired, get home and do everything else. It could be overwhelming. So what I try to pour into my community is opportunities where you can A, work from home, B, you could be remote. C, you don't have to have a second job and you could just make as much money as you technically want to make. But what I do find is that it comes to situations such as this, God forbid, because I don't want anything to happen to anybody, but it's like people become more reactive. They're more proactive. Because if people are sitting down now and just getting a better understanding of where they are, they will position themselves to be in a better place, right? They don't have to be reactive to situations such as this. For example, and I'm just going to brief pause here for a moment. Someone that I heard speak, I'm not going to say where I heard speak at, but a comment came about, like, what if it happens to me? This person is about 60 years old. And I looked and I was like, I wanted to say you need to have your in order, but I'm like, at the end of the day, that's all of us, right?
Yeah.
Like we can't continue to play with time because time is our most precious commodity. At the end of the day, we got to make sure that we put things in place that needs to be in place. So I definitely appreciate you sharing that. But I do want to know, when you got fired, did say fire, right?
Well, I'm not gonna say fire. I was transitioned to another role, but it was very humbling. Yeah.
Okay.
Very humbling.
How did that feel to you? Like, how did that feel to you? Like, what was the after? What was the shock like?
In the moment,
yeah.
In the moment, I felt like a failure. I felt very inadequate. Because my entire life, I've always set a goal and I achieved it. Okay. Yes. And if I didn't achieve it the first time, it was like, okay, let me work a little harder, and I did better the next time. So it was a very new experience for me to secure employment. Thought I was doing well. I was very much overwhelmed, and for my employer to see, you know what, we don't know if this is a good fit. We value you, we see you as an asset, but maybe we need to put you in a different role. And so to transition me, and it was I lost income with that transition. So to answer your question, I felt at that moment as a failure. I felt very inadequate. What did I do wrong? I had all these automatic negative thoughts in my head. Coulda, woulda, shouldas.
Right.
But then, in true Melvin fashion, I was like, okay, dust yourself off.
Bounce back, baby.
Yeah, we're going to bounce back. This is just a temporary setback for a promising setup. And that's exactly how my life, the trajectory went, And again, I look at everything like that was just God, because actually in that transition, I had a supervisor who was very supportive, who knew my situation. And so she allowed the flexibility I needed, because I was going back to graduate school. So she allowed the flexibility I needed to go to classes. And that worked out.
Well, listen, that whole part about you bouncing back is very real. But I will say to you, so many people are defeated when a situation like that occurs. So it's my hope, and to everybody that's looking out here, like, God forbid, if anything drastic happens, and I pray that it does not happen to anyone that I know of, see me, blah, blah, blah. But if it does, like, have your moment, moment of, of grief, of how you feel or whatever, but don't allow that moment to go past 24 to 48 hours, right? After that, it's time to put things into gear so you can get moving. Because what happens is, when you settle in isolation and you settle in darkness, the devil gets your mind and he gets to move really, really fast in your life, right? So you want to make sure that you are in a place of elevation. When Melvin was speaking about being surrounded around people, God forbid something like that happens. And I keep saying God forbid because I really don't want nothing like that to happen to anyone. But being surrounded around people help you, make sure you stand back up on your feet, have that shoulder to lean on so you can keep it moving, right? So my hope and my ask is that if anybody is going through that or know somebody that is going through that, be that supportive partner that they may need. Be that person that they can lean on. Make sure we check in people. At one point in time, we had to check in people when we was doing COVID, but now we need to check in people during these times right here. Because I personally know people don't got taken from their jobs and some of these high-end jobs, extended offer letters. I personally know some things have been happening to people when their whole life has changed right before their eyes. So it's my hope and it's my prayer that, we hold each other hand and we walk through this process together.
Also add two more things when you asked about resiliency. So one, I want to credit Dr. Ruth Jones Nichols. She was a former supervisor of mine years ago. She's actually the one who encouraged me to go back to school to get my graduate degree. And when I was transitioned, I remember saying to her, you know what, I don't think I'm gonna be able to continue graduate school. Like, it's just too much. It compromised my job, my livelihood. And she challenged me. She was like, you know what, this is not stopping anything. Like, no. She was like, come on, all you got to do is come up with a plan. And so that's your question. Like, what I would tell someone, have a plan.
Yes.
So when she said that, I was like, you know what, let me just sit down. Let me just figure this out. Let me come up with a plan. And then the second thing I would say is There's a quote by Howard Thurman that I learned years ago, and it just stuck with me all these years. And it was something to the effect of, don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive, and do that. Because what the world needs are people who come alive.
Come on.
And so what I'm passionate about, that is what I do. I've been, doing social work and working with young people and families for so many years, because that's what makes me thrive. That's what makes me come alive. Right. And so I would also say, for someone who maybe is in a job that maybe it's not necessarily career focused, tap into what brings you joy and figure out how you can make some income in that regard.
But listen, Melba, you answered both of my next thoughts, right? So I was going to say, if you don't have a plan, have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you have a plan to fail, right? You took that out of my mouth. Then I asked you hit off of the challenge, because I was going to ask you what challenge you experienced to, and how did you, overcome and get to the level of being able to grow and move forward. And thank God for that woman that was in your life that was giving you some inspiration.
And at that time, challenge was childcare, because my kids were very small, right? And I was going through a separation,
right?
And so into that, and I'm gonna say demotion. So when I thought at that moment, I felt like my world was crumbling. And I was like, dang, with childcare, because we had a parenting agreement. So this is my time, this is your time. And so when it was my time, I still needed my lifeline to help me. So I had to identify, okay, my mom, who can help me? Okay, my mom, she can watch him on this weekend when I got to drive to school. My sister, she can get him after school when I got to be in school. This girlfriend, I could put her down as a pickup person. Like, I really had to look at my village. And I will say that was challenging for me, because I also had to get beyond my pride, because I never wanted to ask for help for anything. I don't know. But someone challenged me before. They was like, where did that come from? Like, why did you think that way? And I think, early on as a child, when you start to experience success and achievement, and you think you did it alone, I'll say I started to have this idea that I didn't need anybody. Melvin, you can figure it out. You can do it yourself. And I tricked myself into believing that for so many years, until I needed to humble myself and realize, no, you do need people. Amen. You need to open your mouth and say, I need help. And recognize there's so many people in this world who love you and care for you and want to see your success.
Absolutely. Listen, you ain't never lied about that. So I'm gonna do a quick transition, because I want to move to the section. So Melba, when we recently reconvened, where did we go? What did we do?
Oh, we celebrated you.
No, Melba, that wasn't the first time.
Oh, wait a minute.
Say first time.
Oh, you remember the breast cancer walk?
Yes.
Okay.
So what did we do? How did you feel? And all that other good stuff.
So that was awesome, because I was also getting back to, I need to start working out. I need to start walking again. And so I was thinking that over here. And then you reached out and like, hey, I have this breast cancer walk. And I was like, oh my goodness, I wanted to do that too. And so we walked together. And it was great that I had a walking partner that could walk at my pace, because we were walking and talking, breezing through. Time went by so fast.
It really did.
It was a joy being out there for the cause, but also being in your spirit, in your space.
Absolutely. Same here. So I asked you that because remember I asked you about the emotional resilience, but I also know that when people, God forbid, lose something, right? They also lose health, right? They get to stressing, they get to, just processing different, they get to eating more, they get to stop working out, like all these things happen. So my hope is that individuals understand that you cannot stop taking care of yourself. It is so important. I segue into, what did you do? How did we reconvene? Because I want people to understand that even through trying times, difficult times, and painful times, you cannot allow your body to suffer from not being active. So, for example, my daughter, who is very small at one point in time, who was very active in her life, today just got told that she's pre-diabetic. She's 19 years old. Yes. So I said, I know how my daughter eats. She eats like trash. And at the end of the day, I mean, you only can put so many vegetables in front of their face. My daughter, her butt off. It's her choice, right?
Yeah.
And like I told her, I was like, sweetie, you are making a choice. You're no longer active like you were in school. So because you stop being active, we gotta stay active.
Yeah.
It's very important. And like I was telling her, the older you get, the things get worse or whatever. I said, I enjoy a lot of sweet stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say that fake, but at the end of the day, I gotta monitor it. I can't just do 24/7 because it will catch up with you. So,
girl, that's why I'm sitting right here with this big old jug.
Good for you.
Hydrate.
I need to have so I ain't gonna tell you what's in my house. So I'm not gonna even talk about that. But listen, what I am gonna ask you right now is, what are some of your health challenges, and what are some of the things that you're focused on this year to move forward? So God forbid you don't have to end up pre-diabetic. You don't have to end up with issues or whatever the case may be.
Anybody who knows me and knows me well, like, okay, first thing she gonna say is sweets. I ain't never met a cake, pie, cookie, candy bar I don't like. And so I love to eat chocolate and sweets. That is my, oh, goodness gracious. Okay. So I'm sitting like, because I'm right now going through a fast. I'm going through a fast. And so it has been 8 days since I've had any of those things. I'm going to pat myself and say thank you.
Amen.
Yes. The fact that I've lasted that long. And so that is a challenge. What I will also say is what has been challenging for me is accepting the space I'm in now, but recognizing I can make that shift and moving into that shift. And what I'm speaking of is I was an athlete for as long as I can remember, elementary, middle, high school, even in college. When I didn't do sports in college, I was disciplined enough to just go to the track and run. That was my sport of choice, track and field. And so it was nothing for me to be like, okay, let me go out here, run a mile, 2, 3, 4 miles and feel healthy. And even when I graduated, to maintain my fitness, I would just run. And that's also a place where I would escape and kind of just like clear my head and my thoughts. When I became a mom, I just stopped taking care of me and I poured everything into my children. And I will say maybe like 10 years ago, I was like, I need to get back to who I was, how I used to be. And when I tried, it was so hard. I was like, dang, I can't, what? I'm out of breath. I can't run a mile. Like, what is going on? And I would say, no, let's take that back. Maybe 20 years ago, again, I will tap into some girlfriends. So I had a girlfriend who was into working out and weights. She was a trainer, worked out with her, and I was so proud of myself. Did a good job, but then I became a mom. That's what it was, and it fell off. And then as my kids got older, and I just poured so much time into work, I stopped taking care of me. And I would say, as of maybe like 6-7 years ago, I met a beautiful woman on my job who's now a good girlfriend, Dr. Carletta Hurt. We call each other our accountability partners, and so we will check in with one another, whether it's how many steps we're doing. We'll challenge each other with a workout. During COVID, we were walking and talking, while we're at work. We're like, okay, we're an hour lunch break. Come on, girl, let's go walk. And she in her apartment in DC, and I'm out here in Virginia. Like, okay, encouraging each other. And we still do, even with how we eat. She'll tell me, put that down, because she knows.
How you pronounce her name, Carletta?
Carletta, Dr. Carletta Hurt.
Dr. Carletta. Yes, Dr. Carletta out there. We need more people like you. Put that down.
Yeah. And she even checked on me today. Like, okay, how we doing with the fast? Because she knows I like to eat what I want to eat. And then gone are the days I can do that. There was a time I could do that and just work out.
Yeah.
Now I have to monitor what I eat because I also, like many women of color, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. Okay. And I don't like that I have to take medicine. There was a time where I was like, I'm not taking this medicine. And my doctor was like, no, you have to. I was like, nope, I'm just going to work out and lose weight. And she brought me to tears one day because she was like, if you don't take this medicine, you will die. And you have children who are dependent on you. And she said, I'm not going to let you die on my watch. And when she said it like that, I was like, wow. Melva, do better. And so I take my medicine, I work out, I try. I do make a good effort with what I choose to eat. And I try to make better choices daily.
That's what's up, Melva. So you hit on a lot of things. And I'm gonna first try to peel back a little bit in our time that we have remaining. Or one thing that I want to make sure that you first are aware, because you are a wellness customer shopper you support me in my wellness store. So one, the cravings, there's something called glucose, GC control. You can write that down and you can have that. You can take that to help you control your cravings. Another thing that you mentioned was the high blood pressure. It's Heart Health Peak Performance. That's a vitamin that you can take that will control that. That would definitely get you where you need to go as far as your health is concerned, and just keeping your numbers in order, because it has helped a lot of people. And one of my girlfriends specifically, it has helped to the point that her doctor is looking to take her off of her medicine. So yes, that's nothing but a clap it up. But one of the things that you had mentioned as it relates, I don't want to lose my train of thought. As it relates to when you were speaking about
working out.
No, dang it. See, I told y'all, moments like this always happen on my show.
I love to eat. I gotta work out.
Yeah.
Accountability partner.
Yep, that's who I was gonna go to. Your accountability partner with her. Like we all have to have an accountability partner. And what I love about something that you said is that you tapped into your community, right? You knew what you had and you were not afraid to ask. So my ask is that my community know what I do. Like I want them to tap into. Sometimes I be so busy trying to reach out to reach people. And sometimes people know what they need, but they just won't tap in. Like people gotta want to be helped, right? If you know resources out here to assist you and to help you, you gotta put forth the effort. And what I love about everything that you have shared today is the fact that you put forth hella effort to make sure that Melva is taken care of.
Yeah.
But another thing that you had mentioned when it came to sacrificing yourself, right? So what I want to just leave a small tip is for moms that are out there, because the original, I asked you the scenario story about a mother that had young kids, and we are mothers with older children right now, but a mother that have young kids, something that you can consider doing so that, as Melva explained her story, she let herself, follow everything that her children did, right? So something that you can consider doing is when your child have track or your child have basketball or swimming, don't sit with your child and watch, right? You can get up, you can read a book, and you can walk. You can get up, you can jump and jacks, you can do squats.
I did that.
You can do you can bring your barbells, you can bring your leg, you can do whatever you want. You can also make the choice that your children are fed before practice. So are you, right? However that may look, so are you. So when y'all go home, there's no extra. If your child want a light snack, the child gets a snack, but you don't, because the older we get, we can't continue to take on all those type of foods late night hours, right? So we got to cut that clock off at some point in time so that we can allow our bodies to reset itself, to regroup, and so that we will not be sleeping on all of that fat. Now our children, they're burning it all off. You just doing some jumping jacks, but you're doing something, right? But at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that you understand that your child got more to burn off at this point in time than we do. But my ask is that as we move forward in this season of our life, as it relates to possibilities of what your workforce may look like. Like always remember, you are valued, you are very important. You are special, you are loved, you are cared for. And at the end of the day, a job is just what a job is. It's sorry to say for everybody, including me, it's just over broke, right? They control when we get our raises. They control how much we make. They control how much our retirement looks like. They control how the taxes come up, the loans come out. They control when we take our time and our leave off. They control all of that. If you have a desire in your heart to want to be in control of your next moves in life, then make that decision to look at opportunities that keep it open, right? Make a decision to be able to have passive income where the ceiling is whatever you want to reach for, right? It doesn't matter what that looks like. Yes, it's going to take hard work. And let me just pause right here really quickly. You can go to work 9 to 5 every single day and work hard for somebody else. Don't tell me you can't work hard for yourself for some period of time, even if you have to treat it as a part-time job. If you're going to get up, catch the bus, drive in your car, sit, park, go through traffic, go to another job, tired as heck, you can do that for yourself. Pick up the phone and call that supportive village that you do have that's out there that you can reach out to, or go create one, right? At the end of the day, go figure out how you're going to do something for yourself. So I'm super thankful.
Thank you. I received that.
Yes, darling. Yes, darling. I'm super excited that you came here. Melba, would you like any final words where somebody can follow you? Share anything, any inspiration to anybody on what inspired you and what's going to keep you going in 2025?
Where I don't have anything as far as social media for anybody to follow, but as far as final words, I will say, I think the theme of this talk we were doing is pretty much how we want to take care of ourselves, how we want to love ourselves, right? And so I would say this: loving you is easy, but sometimes we make it hard. We focus so much on our energy that we disregard the essence of ourselves, our value, our virtue. Loving you is important to me, but sometimes I displace my priorities and put my energy into the worldly instead of the necessity. Yes, loving you is essential. It's beautiful. It's beneficial. It's respectful. And it is essential. Loving you looks good. It sounds good. But most importantly, it feels so good when I take the time to say, I love you, Melva.
Yes! drop. Yes, clap it up. Do this. Now that joint right there. I love it. Okay, calm down. Okay. Anyway, thank y'all so much for being here. It is your girl, Siobhan Bowman. Melba, hold on for 1 second. It's your girl, Siobhan Bowman. I would love for you to continue to follow us on For the People to Be Fit. I want you to go see my new website, which is SiobhanBowman.com. I have one thing to share with you all that is coming up. Melba, I don't even know if I shared this with you, but share screen. I don't even know if I shared this with you yet, but I want you to be a part, and also deny. And also, if you can have your doctor to come and actually be a part of it as well. I did not want to mess up her name.
Dr. Carletta Hurt.
Dr. Carletta. I was about to say it, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to
be a joy, a gem.
Okay, can you tell me if you can see this? Let me see. I'm trying to blow it up. Can you see that?
I just see you and I.
Oh, Lord Jesus, I messed up. I knew it had to be something. Hold on, I'm about to wrap the show up in 1 second. I got to figure out why you can't see my little thing. Dang it. I was going to do good. Then there's the time that I don't. 2 promises. So I was trying. I was really trying.
While you figure it out, I also want to give a shout out to my sweetie pie, Alvin Dees, because he is awesome when it comes to taking care of yourself.
Yes.
I teased him for years because all he ate, like, he just kept eating salads. I'm like, do you eat anything else but grass? You know? And so, but see, now he's still looking like he's 30 years old, right?
Hey, look.
Right? He's like, I told you years ago. And so now every time I get a chance, I make sure I include a salad in my meal.
Yes.
Like, I told you. Yeah.
Look, I'm going
to shout out as well.
Look, my stuff is messing up, Melva. It's not letting me be great. So I'm not gonna hold nobody up. But y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna get this this visual. Dang it, I'm so mad that I can't even do it now. Hold on. Wait, let me try one more time. Okay, screen layout. Okay, PDF slides. I don't want to do that. Oh my God. I had it good last week. New tab. Share. Okay.
There it is.
Y'all see that, right?
Yeah, I see.
All right. Now tell me if you see. Can you see this?
I see your screen.
You want to see
all your apps.
You want to see Be Your Own Bank?
No, I see all your apps.
Oh man. All right, then. I give up. I try, y'all. This is not for me right now.
You can figure it out once we hang up.
I can admit technology is not my thing, right? But listen, I want you to follow your girl Siobhan Bowman. It will be on my website. What I want you all to check out is a women's networking event. I am trying to bring women together. It's only $10 to come to this event. My whole purpose of having us network, help each other, build each other up. You have a service, I have a service. We can offer each other services with one another. And we can continue to grow our network, right? I'm going to have some speakers there talking about it, but at the end of the day, we're going to play a game. So I want you all to get a ticket. Everybody get a ticket for $10. And I ain't to capitalize on no money or nothing. That's to pay for the space. At the end of the day, I just want us to be able to come together and help each other grow at the end of the day. So I want you to follow Siobhan Bowman. That's SiobhanBowman.com. Subscribe to my website. The tickets will be on my website as well starting Friday. In addition to that, go follow For the People to Be Fit. I'm on LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, as well as Facebook. So I'm super excited that Melva came on this evening. I'm going to go ahead and do this. So Melva, stay for our ending show right now. Y'all have a beautiful day. Peace out. Thank you, Eric, for the great information. I appreciate you. All right, let me close out right now.